What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another live Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle against a subscriber/follower on Twitter. Today we're going up against Leo in a PU match, and what will be the final battle with this team, which has been putting in so much work, especially Kecleon. Although not so much in the last battle, so we'll have to see if things can turn around for good old Linda there. Anyway, I'll give you guys a refresher on the team here in a second, but before we do that, just a friendly little reminder, in case you guys haven't done so already and you would care to show your support, you can do so by clicking the like button right below this video. That always helps out immensely, so thank you for those of you that stop by and do that on a regular basis. And you can also leave a comment. Any suggestions are welcome down there. You guys always have great ideas, Pokemon that I don't think of to breed and eventually get into a Wi-Fi battle, or specific tiers you'd like to see. All of that is welcome down there. Like I said, I always welcome the extra input, because there's always things that I don't think of that you guys do, so it helps to put our heads together on that. Now, as for the team, in case you guys are forgetting what we're running, we've got kind of like a semi-Trick Room-ish team going. Behemoth with Life Orb is one of our Trick Room setters, and then Kecleon with Trick Room and Last Resort as the whole set. That's it. That's it. I can't even say it with a straight face, but it is power. Let me tell you, that Kecleon just is a destroyer of worlds. So those are my two Trick Room setters. Then we also have Marowak, which is carrying the Thick Club, obviously, and benefits from the Trick Room pretty nicely. It's got the Bone Meringue for focus sashes. And then we've got Choice Scarf Haunter with the Choice Scarf Destiny Bond, which is always great. You got the Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, and Willow. Then we have Contrary Servine with Eviolite, Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Hidden Power Rock, and Synthesis is that moveset. And then last but not least, we have Defensive Corsola is going to be our Stealth Rock setter. It's also carrying Recover, Scald, and Refresh, so we can get rid of any potential toxic users and hopefully outlast them with Burn from Scald. So another Emolga here. This is the second Emolga we've run into. We battled with this team 3 times. We saw 2 Poliwraths and 2 Emolgas. That's interesting. This team looks kind of scary just because of the Fracture. Fracture really does scare me, especially because I don't have any Fairy types. And even if I did, probably is carrying Poison Jab, so that is a thing. I do want to get Rock set up for that Emolga, which actually may lead off. And it would actually be pretty good for the Illumise as well, or Illumise, however you want to say it. I've heard people say it different ways, and I myself have changed it, and people correct me each way I say it, so I don't know. I just offer alternate possibilities. So basically what I'm saying is I don't know what the correct pronunciation for most things is. I just go with the flow. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah, what was I going to say? I don't know. I had something I wanted to tell you guys. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying your week. This is like the 5th or 6th battle I'm taking today. Yeah, getting a lot of stuff recorded for you guys. Let's see. So we have Emolga out here leading things off. I don't know if that really helps me at all as to determining what kind of set this thing is running. I don't know if I want to take a Volt Switch, but we can take one. So I'm tempted to just set up rocks and take whatever hit this thing wants to dish out. And I think that's what I'm going to do. And he also may just U-turn. He might not even have the Volt Switch. Depends. He also has Wormadam, so I'm assuming that's going to be his rock setter. So Wormadam is usually better off as a defensive build. Although, I just finished breeding a Burmy, who is not defensive. And I'm very excited to use it. I got to train it up and hopefully get it into a battle sometime soon. I'm not going to tell you which cloak it is, unfortunately, because I don't know if I'm completely sold on which cloak I want to make it be. I don't know. I had a plan for it, but now I'm second guessing it. I don't know. So he went for the knockoff, so our lefties is gone, but we do have the rocks up, and that is very important. And kind of want to just Scald here. So I still don't know if this is offensive or not. It could just be a standard, like, utility-ish type set. Oh, he is going to withdraw. Maybe that was choice banded. That'd be funny. He does go right into the Wormadam with the Trash Cloak, which is great that he switched out because he is going to take 25% coming back in with that Emolga, which is great. Scald doesn't do that much, especially when you factor in the lefty's recovery there, and we didn't get the burn, so that kind of stinks. He's probably going to set up rocks here because I don't think that this Wormadam can do anything to us. So I'm just going to Scald you again and hope that we can get a burn. Because, yeah, we want Corsola to put in some work. I'm not afraid of this thing. It doesn't have any kind of reliable recovery, so we can definitely outlast it. He does just go for the Stealth Rocks, which is fine by me. My team isn't hampered too much by them. And we do get the burn this time around with the Scald, thankfully, so that's going to cancel out the lefty's recovery. And I would imagine he's going to want to leave this thing in to just basically die now, because it's kind of useless. I mean, he could use it for death fodder, I guess, or as an immunity to Sludge Bomb if he's worried about Haunter killing things. I'm not sure here. Do I want to switch? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if setting up the Stealth Rocks was the best idea for him, because my team really doesn't care too much. Although he could have been thinking that Haunter might be Focus Sash, so that kind of makes sense there. Because Focus Sash Haunter could be a problem. So I'm going to go right into Behemoth here, as he goes for the Toxic. Kind of wish that I stayed in with Corsola. I should have just Scalded you again, huh? Because I could have just refreshed that away, and that would have been a wasted turn for him. Oh well. So Behemoth now, unfortunately, is put on a timer, and it's going to get worn down pretty quickly due to the fact that it has Life Orb as well. What we can do is set up a Trick Room here, though. Even though Wormadam's really slow, I'm pretty sure that its only attacking move is going to be something along the lines of Gyro Ball. That's going to do absolutely nothing to Behemoth. And we can always recover off that damage, as well as any toxic damage that we incur here. Have to see. It might just be better off, or we might just be better off just going for Psychic and finishing this thing off. I don't really know. He is just leaving it in, though. He's in for the long haul with this Wormstrom, is its nickname. I'm kind of scared of that Emolga, though, because it can come in and outspeed and just go for a knockoff and then I die. And that's not a good time. We are going to set up the Trick Room, though, so if you did want to bring in something like the Emolga, he might think twice, because I don't know if he can survive his Psychic, now that I think about it. So we're going to take toxic damage, and the Wormadam's going to take some burn damage. And having the Trick Room up is really going to help us here, because other than this Wormadam, I don't think my opponent has anything that's, like, terribly, terribly slow. His team actually looks quite weak to Trick Room, now that I think about it. This Marowak can just destroy most of it, if we can get it in. But I don't want to get him toxic either. Kind of tempted to just switch him in here, though, because he might just go for Gyro Ball. I mean, and saving our Trick Room user could be helpful, but we also have Kecleon, so I'm just going to go for a Psychic. We'll get rid of this thing, and hopefully dish out some nice damage to whatever comes in before Behemoth goes down, and then we'll still have a turn or two left to Trick Room to play with. So we'll go for the Psychic, down goes the Wormadam, and that is going to be the first casualty, as we take some damage from Life Orb and Toxic. Poor Behemoth. Behemoth hasn't done a whole lot on these couple of battles that I've used it in. Part of that is because I haven't played it as well as I should have. I've made some mistakes with predictions and such, mostly with Behemoth on the field, honestly. So that kind of contributed to it. But she still, she packs quite a punch, as the Deden comes out here, slash Dedenne, slash however you want to say it. We'll just call it Buddy, because that's his nickname. Wonder if this is like a specially defensive recycle set. I've been seeing a lot of those. Kind of want to try one. Do I want to switch out? Haunter might be able to OHKO you with a Sludge Bomb. Possibly. I mean, you're not going to nuzzle with a poison Pokemon out here. But I also have Trick Room up. So we're probably better off just staying in... Oh, wait, we can switch in Marowak. Because you can't really do anything to Marowak. Yeah, even HP Grass is not going to be doing that much. So I'm going to go into Marowak here, because I feel pretty safe doing so. And he goes for the Parabolic Charge. Okay, so he's trying to recover some HP, I guess. Maybe he's defensive if that's what he's carrying. Either way, we're pretty safe going for Bone Meringue here. Or, oh, I kind of want to knock off his berry. Or we can go for Stone Edge. I'm trying to think here. Trying to predict what would he want to go into. We'll go for Stone Edge. Because he has something like Emolga that might want to come in. And even the Illumise can switch in on a Boomerang, I believe. Pretty sure he can take that. Not very well, but he can take it. And then, I don't know. I'm just making things up here, and I'm saying I don't know a lot. So out comes Sanchez, the Fracture. So that was not going to take a Boomerang very well. And if he wasn't Eviolite, he's not going to take it at all. See how much Stone Edge does. That does a lot of damage. And now we're pretty safe to just go for knockoff, and in case he wants to switch again. I'm not really sure what he wants to do. At this point, he probably just wants to sack this thing. And I think Trick Room ends after this turn, if I am thinking correctly. So yeah, down goes the Fracture, so that's one of his main sweepers, I would assume, out of the way. And yeah, he was carrying the Eviolite. So even with Eviolite, Stone Edge did like 75%. That's outrageous damage. So the Trick Room is over, and he can go into whatever he wants here. Trying to think what he would want to go into. Not the Deden, not the Emolga, maybe the Illumise. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm saying I don't know and I'm not sure a lot in this video for some reason. Like more than usual. I know I say it a lot anyway. For some reason that tends to be like the filler thing that I go to. But I feel like I'm saying it more than I should be this time. So Abby comes out, and nice little ribbon effect there, which means that... Somebody asked in a previous video what the little ribbon means, because I think there was an Altaria in, like, Battle Spot, maybe, that had that. Basically what it means is that you completed all of the Master contests with one specific Pokemon. They get that extra little ribbon effect. So, pretty cool. I don't want to leave Marowak in on this thing, though. Abby looks kind of dangerous. I'm assuming this is going to be offensive. And that's kind of scary. It's probably Specs, because I think its special attack is higher. So I'm just going to let Crystal go down here, basically. See what she wants to go for. The Giga Drain. That's going to finish us off. Yep. That might be Specs damage. So she gets pretty much all of the HP back that she took from Stealth Rocks, which kind of stinks. But we can very easily go in with Linda here, and we might just be able to take care of the rest of her entire team. We do have HP Rock with Servine. I don't know that that's a great idea to switch in. I mean, we could get off a free Leaf Storm because he's most likely just locked into that Giga Drain, and he's not going to want to stay in. That's tempting. That's quite tempting, but it's also really tempting to just go get a Trick Room up with Kecleon and just start last resorting things. We might just be able to one-shot everything left on his team, especially because that Wormadam is gone, so eliminating that early was very important. And getting the Stealth Rocks up, because anything that would want to take it is, I think, going to be out of range here. So, even though he still has 4 members left, that'll be just enough turns. If we can OHKO everything, it'll be just enough turns to keep our Trick Room intact. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens together, ladies and gents. So he's probably going to switch here, I would assume. Don't want to stay locked in with a Giga Drain. I mean, unless he's not locked in and I'm just kind of crazy and he's just carrying Giga Drain without Specs. Which I guess is possible. It's very possible. I don't know what he would want to go into, though. Kecleon can do so many different things. It has so many different types of, like, priority. It could be defensive. It's got Sucker Punch. It's got Shadow Sneak. It could be like a power-up punch set. It could be Assault Vest. It could just do so many different things. It's very versatile. I was actually surprised when I found out that Kecleon was still PU. I'm like, it's so many different things that it can do. Why is it in PU? I can understand NU, but why is it like the never used or the never used here? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I guess just because people don't use it for whatever reason. So anyway, Emolga switches in and takes 25% due to the rocks, of course. As we are setting up our Trick Room, there's no way this thing is going to take a last resort. So I'm pretty sure this thing is just dead. And anything that he switches in is easily to it KO'd, if not OHKO'd. So Linda's going to put in a lot of work again and just, I hope, finish off this team. Hopefully. Hopefully. That would make for a really fast battle. So we're like 15 minutes into this video so far, and it took a couple of minutes to get the battle started. So, yeah, it'd be kind of a shorter battle. The last two were kind of long, though, so some nice variety in the length of the battles. But I don't want to count my opponent out yet either, because he could have something up his sleeve that can just destroy Kecleon and the rest of my team too. So it could be a short battle and our opponent just, you know, I don't know, 3-0s us at this point after Emolga goes down. We'll see if he has an answer to this Kecleon. Kind of curious to see if he does. But looking at his team, it seemed as though Trick Room could do a lot. Actually, we speed tie with this, so this could be his answer to Kecleon here. If he's running a quiet nature, which is minus speed, with 0 speed IVs, we do speed tie. And he might win that. I don't know if he can one-shot Linda, so I don't know if it's going to matter. And we do outspeed, so he either wasn't running the IVs that I was saying and the nature, or we just won the speed tie there. Either or, I guess. Either way, Behemoth is no match for the last resort. Down it goes. Like I said, though, even if he were to outspeed, I'm not sure exactly what he could go for that could take me out from there. So I don't know. Maybe he had like HP fighting or something. I mean, that would do a lot of damage. I don't know if it would OHKO. I don't know. I'd have to calc it. But I am running HP investment. So, yeah. Out comes Buddy the Dadan again. And we're going to last resort this thing. And then after this, we should have one more turn left of Trick Room, I think, if I counted right. And that is an OHKO. Down goes the poor little mousey. And our opponent has one Pokemon left. Do you have an answer to Kecleon? I don't know. I'm a little bit skeptical. Abby, that's right. The Illumise. I forgot about this thing. Thankfully, it attacks on the special side, but I don't think it's going to outspeed if he goes for an attacking move, and I think it's Specs. So I think we have this one here. I believe. Fingers crossed. So Linda outspeeds. Obviously, here comes the last resort. And Abby is not going to take that. Down she goes. And Kecleon, yet again, proving to be a win condition. Putting in so much work. I love this set. It's so silly and stupid, but it works way too often. It really does. So that's going to be it for this team, sadly. I'm kind of sad to put this team away. I might recycle some of the members. I don't know, in a future little Wi-Fi battle session or something, or a showdown session, who knows. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say, so thank you very much for the battle. Leo, I'm sure we'll battle again sometime soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or comment, or whatever you would like to do, of course, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.